Sawadee krap, I'm JP Mestanza, and today is Tuesday, January 9th. Welcome to Phuket Xtra, brought to you by pbcphuket.com. Some of the leading figures in the island's tourboat industry have been spurred to act following the tourboat speedboat crash at Koh Mai Ton that killed a 5-year-old Russian girl, with the hopes of preventing any similar accidents from happening in the future.
Spearheading the effort is Sean Stenning, CEO and founder of 5-Star Marine, who's organizing a marine safety event at Phuket Boat Lagoon next Monday, January 15th. The event, to be held from 5 p.m. to 7 p.m., will include leading figures from Phuket's leading Thai and foreign speedboat, yachting, and diving operators, as well as marine industry suppliers and companies, and the Phuket Hotels Association, along with the Marriott Small Business Council. Phuket Governor Sopon Suwannanath will be attending the event, along with vice governors and the heads of many government organizations involved with marine safety. Stenning, in a statement, said, quote, "The purpose of the event is to have operators in the room commit to a new safety standard in Phuket as a voluntary commitment endorsed by the provincial government. Registration is needed to attend the event this Monday, which you can do so in the link in the description." The whole thing was prompted by the tragic death of a 5-year-old girl on Sunday, December 31st, on New Year's Eve. The boat she was on, Apidak 89, was carrying several Russian nationals on its way back from the Phi Islands when it crashed onto rocks at Koh Mai Ton, just off Phuket. Several people were taken to the hospital, where the 5-year-old girl was pronounced dead, and in the aftermath, the speedboat captain tested positive for methamphetamine use. The incident sparked mass drug testing of boat operators of several types of vessels at Chalong Pier, Ratsada Pier, and Aupol Pier. For more, visit thephuket.news.com.
Public Health Minister Dr. Chongnan Srikeo had previously made a promise to consult with the civil sector before endorsing any new draft of the Cannabis and Hemp Control Act. Well, he went ahead and did it anyway, without consulting the civil sector. And now, advocates of cannabis legislation are giving him an earful and more.
In a public statement, the Secretary General of Thailand's Cannabis Future Network, Prasichai Nunual, said that the minister failed to keep his promise that the draft law would be put up for public discussion before it was passed on to the cabinet, and he went on to accuse the public health minister of moving ahead with political interests in mind, not scientific facts and evidence. He wrote, quote, "We have yet to see the contents of the bill, but according to the minister's media interview, we believe several articles are not grounded in facts." On Saturday, Dr. Cholnan officially announced the endorsement of proposed legislation to ban recreational use of cannabis. And while specific details were not provided, we did learn that the use of cannabis at home for medical purposes would only be allowed and must only be done in accordance with the right procedures, which they have yet to reveal. But cannabis advocates are pointing out the inconsistencies in the government's efforts to control cannabis, methamphetamine, and alcoholic beverages as well. For instance, while cannabis is legally considered a herb, its use will require a doctor's recommendation under the new draft law. Meanwhile, the possession of up to 5 methamphetamine pills is not considered a criminal offense in Thailand, despite it being classified as a narcotic. And then there's the ongoing pilot project to allow nightlife venues in certain areas nationwide to stay open until 4 a.m., despite concerns over drunk driving and public intoxication. Cannabis proponents were cited in the Bangkok Post as saying that, despite the harm and risks tobacco and alcohol pose to individual and public health, both substances are allowed for recreational use. In contrast, cannabis, which has not been linked to any death in Thailand or anywhere else, will be prohibited for recreational use. For more, visit thephuket.news.com.
I was sure that it'll be easier to clear you from my mind. I wish you fall out from the window, take a bad trip to the ground. Ooh. And bring the pleasure, see your pressure just before you break a bone.
Thailand's government has been given the green light to borrow 500 billion baht to kickstart the economy through its digital wallet handout program that is set to be launched in May.
Prime Minister Srettha Thavisin told reporters on Tuesday that the loan can proceed after the Office of the Council of State, an independent panel that provides legal advice to governments, found no reason that would prohibit Srettha's cabinet from borrowing to fund the scheme. The plan is to give away 10,000 baht to 50 million Thai nationals each for them to spend in their local communities. The project was a key campaign promise from the now ruling Pheu Thai party in the run-up to the general election last May. However, the plan is not without its critics, as the handout plan has come under fire from economists and some former central bank governors who say it could be fiscally irresponsible and fuel inflation. On Wednesday, the premier is set to meet with the governor of the Bank of Thailand to discuss not just the digital wallet scheme, but also interest rates and more. Last week, Prime Minister Srettha criticized the Bank of Thailand for its interest rate hikes, saying that they hurt small businesses at a time when inflation is low. Thailand's headline consumer price index dropped 0.83% in December. The government emphasized the need to stimulate the economy through its digital wallet scheme by saying that Thailand's economy is in a state of crisis as it expanded by an average rate of 1.9% per year over the past decade. For more, visit thephuket.news.com.
An investigation is now underway into a fire that broke out at an apparel and accessory store in Patong's Ratchathit 200p road early this morning.
Patong police were alerted to the fire at about 5:10 a.m. this morning and soon arrived at the scene in front of the Royal Paradise Hotel in Patong. The fire was burning intensely with dark smoke billowing out from the shop front, which was still locked with the shutters down. Local firefighters in Patong soon arrived to help prevent the blaze from spreading to adjoining units in this area. Luckily, no people were injured or killed in the fire, though the assessment of the property damage has yet to be determined. The area has been sealed off while police continue their investigation to identify the cause of the blaze. For more, visit thephuket.news.com.
Thank you so much for joining us here today on this Tuesday edition of Phuket Extra, brought to you by pvcphuket.com. We'll see you again tomorrow. Until then, stay classy, Phuket.
Phuket's rapid modernization has made it one of the world's premier holiday destinations. Investors can still buy quality condominiums for as low as $75,000 and luxury properties can go all the way up to 20 million. Condominiums in Phuket are a safe, secure bricks-and-mortar investment offering foreigners freehold ownership. Call or email Thai Residential, Phuket's #1 trusted real estate advisor, to find your perfect Phuket property.